right. Excellent. It's been a hot second, but here we are. So, going in from last time, looking at our big old map of the Sword Coast over here, you all are still in Scornabel. Scornabel is this, like, caravan city. It's a couple of real buildings and, like, a merchant council that run it. But a lot of it is just tents and caravans, a huge trade center for all the different roads along this map. You guys have encountered various different things while you have been on the road, all the way down from, Greenest and the mountains where you guys killed all those dragon eggs. And it have had a couple things happen to you guys along the road. Let's see, what do we have first? One of the first things that you guys ran into was a man buried up to his neck. You all saw he had, like, Oathbreaker written on his head, and eventually you guys found out he's from this, like, secret society of people trying to help the world called the Harpers. This was Carlin Amethel. Told you guys to look him up if you were ever in his city, which is Waterdeep. You guys also ran into a beautiful golden stag that, yes, might have been worth some money had it been killed and skinned, but you guys didn't do that and were able to remove the curse on a long-lived elven prince from a castle that had since pretty much rotted away. It's been so long. But you guys were able to break the wizard's curse. He gave you a magic bow and, got some experience out of it too. You guys have all grown in power along your journeys. Our lovely paladin, Darval, has a beautiful new celestial horse at his beck and call. Not to mention all the ways you guys have gotten better at casting and stabbing things. You guys have heard a few more rumors about the Cult of the Dragon. I think maybe there's some stuff going on at, like, Baldur's Gate, but the more you've heard has been about Waterdeep. I think you guys are still trying to find additional information as well. Any questions before we get into this time? You guys are kind of still just in the city of Scornabel at the moment.
Can you just ping where Waterdeep is on the map again?
So you guys are down here, and then Waterdeep is up along the coast.
Right. Thanks.
So basically, it's like a straight shot along the Trade Way, which is this dotted road coming out of Scornabel.
I think we had to plan to go to Baldur's Gate first, right, guys? Is that correct?
Yeah, there might could be some stuff going on in Baldur's Gate as well.
I think we should just continue on to Water. Where were we going? Yeah, Waterdeep.
Yeah, so Waterdeep.
Weren't we going to Baldur's Gate to look for stuff we could buy?
Oh, well, you bought some stuff at Scornabel. There might be additional things to buy at Baldur's Gate. You could swing by El Terrell as well along the way. But at the very least, in Baldur's Gate, there were some rumors that maybe some of the dragon people had gone that way. But most of your rumors have kind of been directing you all toward Waterdeep. But there could certainly be things in both directions. So it's kind of a toss-up.
I have no particular need to go to Baldur's Gate. I just thought that was the plan. But if going straight straight to the Waterdeep is planned, that works too.
Yeah. And you guys had heard a rumor about El Terrell as well. Just you guys remember there's a some stuff going on there with the Order of the Gauntlet.
I'm cool with whatever.
All right. Kind of looking to Darval. Which direction do you wheel your horse in?
In that case, I will wheel my horse. Let's go towards Baldur's Gate.
All right. So we'll start moving along our way.
Baldur's Gate.
On our way closer to El Terrell. All right. Yeah. Sounds like there's no objectives. We'll start heading that way. We'll probably encounter El Terrell first as you guys continue along the road along the Chionthar River. You guys are all on horseback right now. Are we going normal pace? Are we going fast pace? Are we going slow? Bonus of fast pace, obviously get there faster, but lowers your passive perception.
I think
It's yeah, just normal.
Just normal? Okay. Cool.
well, normal for a bunch of people on horseback.
Right. Let's see. Gonna make some checks here as we're going along. Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you guys are going along the road here. All right, starting off with a 20. 15, okay. All right.
Highest.
On a 20, Darval, you see that just off the side of the road, you see two women who look alike enough that they could be twins, honestly, are kind of hiding behind a low ditch on the side of the road. Doesn't look like they're lying in ambush. Looks like they're afraid to be seen by anybody. And they look kind of nervous as you guys are starting to like approach their position.
I subtly pointed them out to our comrades. Should we interrogate, see what's going on with these guys?
Are they threatening looking or no?
They look not really. I mean, they look like I would say give me an insight check on them, but at the moment you can tell with no check that they look kind of like they look nervous and like they're hiding. But go ahead and give me an insight check on them.
Okay. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, not with advantage.
Yeah.
I'd say on a 12, yeah. Like it looks like their clothes look pretty dirty. Doesn't look like they have a lot of supplies. You get the sense they might have like run from something, but they don't appear to be like offering up a threat right now.
I will wheel my horse over, steer my horse over towards them.
All right.
And then I'll hop off it and walk up to them. I have no weapons drawn or anything, just walking up to them.
They kind of hastily stand up and take a few steps back. Close up, you are confident they are twins at this point. They are identical.
Hold my hand, I do no harm.
They kind of look at each other. One steps forward and she's like, how do we know that? There's been some crazy people on the roads lately. We got separated from our caravan. And, well, we thought it best to hide for now.
I'm going to pull out my hoistable and tell them I am a paladin of Torn. I'm sworn to protect those who cannot protect themselves. I mean you no harm. How can I help?
The other sister kind of shrugs at the first one who spoke and chimes in. Look, if you're really a paladin, maybe you could help us get to El Terrell. It's where we were heading before everything went south.
I look back at the group. We still have an extra horse, don't we, from before I summoned my horse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
still
get
have
an
an
extra
extra.
Can you two ride a horse together?
Yeah.
You can join us in the wagon.
I think the
We
wagon
have
was
a
like
wagon.
just enough
The
weight
wagon
to
was
hold the
fine.
people who are in it.
The wagon was just enough, but worst case,
They
probably
could double up on a horse.
Darval and I can, if they can't ride horses, probably take one on each horse that we're on.
That's true.
Yeah, they could probably double up on one, or if you want to take one on each of yours. they kind of tell you, they're like, look, we're not very good riders. If it's okay. Okay. Well, we'll each ride with one of you. Are you sure that's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We're heading towards El Torrell anyway.
Always happy to be of assistance to wayward travelers.
All
As
right.
she said.
Well, thank you.
Hey, mate.
I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. All right. They like kind of start clambering up.
I helped the one getting on my horse up. What's your name?
Oh, sorry, minimized it as soon as you said that. I'm Arietta. That's Selena. Inovar. We're sisters, twins, obviously. And I'll paste their names in really quick.
Cool.
It's nice to meet you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome, mates.
All right. As they continue along their way, let's see. Okay. Cool. So, you guys will travel enough. It is roughly 100 miles between Scornabel and El Torrell. So, you won't quite make it at the end at normal pace, especially these two now with you. So, you'll have to make camp probably about 2/3 of the way towards El Torrell, about here along the river.
Okay.
And then, are you guys setting up a watch?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are human girls, right, ladies? Girls?
Yeah, they look human. Just like don't see any elven features or anything like that.
Fair enough. So they don't have dark vision. So I guess we don't want. We'll probably won't watch anyway. So Andrew and Walker don't have dark vision, right?
I don't. Yeah.
And Will has the insane dark vision, right?
Will has got like 100.
I've got
feet.
the insane dark vision.
Right. You too.
I've got 300, and I can give anyone 300 for an hour.
It's absolutely, it's unconscionable, is what it is.
I think I've got like 120 or something.
I have your average 60.
I can turn into a tiger. And I'll have that.
I mean, fair enough.
If we're gonna camp though, I would like to Leoman's tiny hut.
Ooh. And how many can fit in the hut? I'm just pulling it up really quick because I haven't
It's
seen one.
a 10-foot radius.
All right, so 8 hours. Spell
9 creatures of medium size or smaller.
Excellent. Okay. So that will fit all of you. Let me see if I have a good bubble of force to put around you guys.
We do need someone to watch for the horses, though. All our horses in our cart.
I feel like your bubble would probably be more bluish, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Silvery bluish.
I like that.
Color. Yeah.
So yeah, that could fit everybody. Let me get their tokens out really quick.
But not the horses, right?
It's it's 1 square larger on both sides. It's 10-foot radius.
Oh, 10 foot. Oh, okay, gotcha. My bad.
No worries.
There we go.
Whenever anyone goes on watch, they can go watch the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone else should be safe together.
And you
But
guys
certainly we should keep the 2 women in here.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys have a cart now. So we'll put the cart over here. Alright. Doop-a-doop-doo. Where is their token? apologies. Theirs like does not seem to exist for some reason. That's fine. We'll just do a more generic person. They're twins. Alright, I got the twin sisters. Alright. And who's doing the Order of the Watch that's spending outside the dome?
What's our usual order again?
I have to stay inside the dome,
Okay.
Fair point.
but I can probably do watch from inside the dome because I've got 300 feet, right?
Also, whoever goes to watch with you, whenever you go on watch, we should have someone else with you so they can go out and take care of the horses.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
I also trance, so I can take 2 watches.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I'll take either the beginning or the ending.
I'll take one of the middle ones.
Gotta fix... Gotta give Olympian his actual stuff here. Hold on. Alright, that's health thing isn't working, but I'll save this as the right size token for this boy.
Appreciate it.
Get the health bubble working in a second. Oh, they made some changes on the editing end. I'll have to look at that after today. That wasn't here yesterday. Beautiful. Okay. And then we also have a pony too, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, they've changed some stuff around today that is throwing me off. So we got a regular horse, we have the pony, we have Olympion. Too many joke pictures of horses. I need a real horse. Alright. This will be our pony. Okay. So let me check our stuff.
Is the pony medium sized?
It might also be large size. Let me double check. In my head it should be, I guess it's still large size. It's just a smaller large. Okay, they are medium, but you can still ride them.
Okay. Then it can go inside the bubble.
Okay, so the pony will be inside the bubble with you guys. And the horses will be outside of it.
Okay.
Alright, so... Who's on third watch?
I guess that's me.
Third one? Okay.
Yeah.
So Darval, you're outside of the bubble for the second. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay, 1 sec. That's one refuge.
Ooh, baby.
Damn it. Dang. Well, not the avalanche.
Alright, they do have advantage on this, but we'll see if they can get by it. Each of them would need a nat 20. Alright, one nat 20, they did not get a nat 20 with advantage. Darval, as you're looking around, some of the firelight trickles in through Liamon's tiny hut. And you see that standing over. Oh, move people. Actually, let me move people around a little bit because you guys are outside the bubble right now, Ander.
Okay, here. Yeah.
Okay. Each of the sisters is standing over, one over Waka, one over Ander. And as you look over, you see that their arms both elongate and go gray and kind of extend claws at the end of each arm.
Is this the third watch or the second?
This is the third watch, so it's Darval, right?
Yeah, it's Darval, but I'd be awake at this point because I had a finished trance.
Okay, then I'd say you give me a perception check as well, because they did roll stealth versus this.
Okay.
They are very sneaky, even if you're close by.
Yeah. No.
Okay, you don't notice it, but Darval got an nat 20, so Will. Darval, what do you do as you see this insane-looking sight?
I'm gonna shout, look out, and then blast one of the guiding bolts. One on probably Ander. One near Ander. Your blast guiding bolt.
Wait, what is it? But wait, what?
I'm blasting this person guiding
Oh.
bolt.
Oh.
That's not gonna work.
Why not? Oh, the hut.
The hut will
The
stop
hut.
it.
Right. Okay. Didn't think of that.
Well,
Are you going to the hut or not?
shit.
You could still shout to wake
I
people
will
up.
definitely shout wake up.
All right. You guys wake up and see a
Do I waste
pair.
my spell slot trying to do that?
Do any what?
Waste my spell slot doing that?
I'll say give me an Arcana check. See if you know how it works.
Nope. I waste spell slot.
Okay. Boom! Bolt like
Ben.
slams into it and ripples. Yes.
If when I hear him shout, I instantly change because I have the ability to put dim light in the hut. Would that offset anyone if it just like suddenly becomes dim light from darkness?
I think just Waka.
Okay, but it wouldn't like be like a blinding change in light to the others.
Yeah, it shouldn't blind me.
Just because like for taking time to get adjusted to the light change.
Gotcha. Okay. So you drop it to the light kind of snuffs out. Darval, you see the light like go super dim in there all of a sudden.
Increase the light, right? From nothing to dim light, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it was darkness to dim light.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Ruh-roh.
Oh,
It's fine. You can just add it then adjust it.
Oh, there we go. Willa.
Did I give Vigilant
Okay, thank
Blessing to anyone last session? Do we remember?
if what?
Did I give Vigilant Blessing to anyone last session?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
It's not in my notes that you did.
Okay. I'll have to remember to do that going forward then.
Okay, got it. All right. Willa, thanks to Darval's shout, you are awake and are able to react here. You are currently prone, but you see these two crazy-looking creatures standing over.
Can I use a bonus disengage action to get up?
Yes. Or you can, yeah, I'd say so. This is what they look like, by the way.
Oh wow. Okay. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna pause. I've got an.
No worries. We can double back to you if you would like.
Yeah, I think I better.
Okay. Cool. So we'll come. Yeah.
So let us. Okay.
Well, it only costs half movement to stand up, so you could just spend 15 and stand up and still have all your bonus stuff.
Okay, let's do that. I've got some sort of like a hut, right?
That's the
what we're
bubble.
in.
Yeah, it's like a
It's a
force energy thing.
Okay. So leaving that, is that a problem?
No, not as long as you are. If you're inside when it's cast, you can come and go at will.
The arrows also are inside when it's cast, so they would be able to go through as well.
Yes. It's only shit that like started outside of the bubble when it appeared that is not great.
So I can get out and then shoot in, no problem?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that. So I'll use 15 of my movement to get up, 15 of my movement to go like flying up. And then let's shoot the one that's over Waka. The one further to the right.
All right, going for the one on the right.
Yep.
Go for it. Go for your shot. $13 will not do it, as the arrow kind of just goes into its like weird amorphous gray body, and it kind of just looks over and snaps the arrow off.
Okay. That was my turn.
Intimidating. Cool, cool.
All right. In that case, it's going to be them next. All right. Let's do. Who's going to happen here? Willa is awake now. They're still going to go in on the people who are lying down to get that advantage. They waste no time making any, barbs or talking to you guys, as they have no mouth. And they're both going to attack with advantage on Ander and Waka.
Rude.
All right, Ander. Higher one is a 23.
That definitely hits, because I'm not in animal form. Even then, it wouldn't matter.
All right, this is going to be a lot of dice. Hold on.
Cool.
Not a lot, just some.
Cool.
It's going to be 21 damage as this giant gray fist, like made to be as big as your chest, just slams into your ribs.
Okay.
Waka, same thing, going with advantage. I think it fucks up with an advantage though. That is, I don't remember exactly. It's 15. Does that hit Waka?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, then it will hit. Waka is going to take 18 damage as the fist slams into him as well.
That's just
Right?
All right. Additionally, it doesn't need to do this yet. Actually, it's gonna save that. Ander, that is you.
Cool. I am going to cast Aura of Vitality. New spell. If I can click it. That'd be awesome. There it is.
Vitality. Okay, 30-foot radius. Bonus action to cause one creature to regain 2d6. Okay.
Yes. It's an aura around me.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
I'm then going to just transform into a giant hyena.
Alright. I need to just make this one that you can just drag out without me, but yes, I will put the thing on. 1 sec.
Cool.
Alright. Where'd my hyena token go?
I'm now a big, intimidating giant hyena.
Alright, we got our hyena. Let's make it large, and let's give it control. Alright, there you go, you got it. Now you can move it around at will. Alright, as Ander morphs into this giant beast, that was your standard, your bonus. You moving at all, or staying there?
I'm just gonna be staying there,
Okay.
standing in front of this doppelganger.
Hell yeah. Then it is going to be Darval. Darval, what do you do?
I'm gonna go into the bubble.
Shining armor
Actually,
pushes through the
I'm gonna
bubble.
I'm gonna go here actually. So I'm gonna go. So that was
Okay.
And attack this one. My great sword.
All right, attack the one on the right. Was it?
Yes, the one
Alright.
you walk.
Gotcha. That will hit this time, even as it
throw
tries
a
to
smite.
raise its arms to defend you.
I'll throw a level 1 smite into it.
Oh, okay, hell yeah. 18, hell yeah. So you, blade ignites with light, and as you slash it into the gray body, there's no real massive organs or anything like that, but you see that some of the matter that makes up the doppelganger seems to just vaporize on your sword, although it does not quite look bloodied yet.
Okay, fair enough. That was my last spell clock, guys. By the way,
Oof.
it's my turn.
Waka.
I still have all my hands.
Also, in case you're curious about your sense motive, Ander, they get advantage on deception checks.
Okay, cool.
So they were actively opposing you with that roll.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean even not on its way, it would have been hard to oppose, to be fair. All right, Waka, you are prone right now, but you won't provoke from standing.
Yeah. Alright, so I'd like to stand.
Yes, sir.
So I can only have one weapon drawn.
You can only draw one weapon at a time during a turn.
Yeah. Okay. I will draw my rapier.
Okay. Shing. Draw your blade out.
I'm gonna stab that guy.
All right, go for it. 14 is exactly enough for a doppelganger.
Even if you had advantage.
Yeah, weirdly, yeah. 14 for AC 14. Now it is indeed bloody.
Reroll that D8.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so it's currently a 3.
So let's see if we
and
stays
it's
at 3.
still
Okay.
3.
That the doppelganger is bloodied now though. Kind of like you're not making it bleed or anything with this critical strike, but as you stab into it and pull back, there's like a blob of this almost clay material just kind of wrapped around your blade that you like flick off into the grass.
Nice.
And then you still have 15 feet of moon left. Do you want to go back or no? I think have you used your cunning action yet? I don't think so.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I guess I'll disengage to there.
All right. Moving away from them, getting around behind to put them in the middle of you and Darval. Lyral,
Okay.
you are probably still, I guess, trancing. You could be sitting down, but you're probably still on the ground.
I would have finished trance at this point because it's.
Oh
third
yes,
watch,
yes,
so
because it's third
24
watch.
hours.
So yeah, you should be
Yeah.
good.
Okay. I am going to start with bonus action phase step. Right between the doppelgangers, and they each have to make a DC 14 Wisdom save or be charmed for a minute.
TC 14 Wisdom. Let me double check their stuff here. Okay. They both pass.
Okay. In that case, I am going to cast I will cast. Are any of us particularly injured?
Anders in beast form now doesn't matter as much. Waka is at 17 out of 35, so pretty much exactly bloodied.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm full health right now.
Okay. In that case, I will cast Shield of Faith on Waka, giving him +2 to AC.
All right. Boom. Glowing shield wraps around Waka, kind of almost, like a miniature version of the hut spell, just like a bubble of your magical energy.
Thank you.
Anything else, or tossing it over back to the top?
Oh wait, I can't shield face. Shield face is a bonus action. I already used the bonus action.
Oh yes, yes you did.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Take that spell slot back. Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, I will just cast Moonbeam. Actually, would Moonbeam work through the hut?
I guess not.
Because it's a pillar of light, but it says it shines down, so I'm not sure if
I guess if it shines down, it would start up and then end at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it would go through.
Alright. I'll just do Spiritual Weapon then.
Okay, cool.
That's also a bonus action.
Sorry, it happens to the best of us.
Alright. Well, I will just go with, just make a attack with my mace against one of them. the more injured looking one.
Alright, that is absolutely a hit. 6 bludgeoning damage. Still not dead, but was already bloodied, so this one's looking pretty rough now. Starting to get into the red. And then now it is Willa's turn.
Attack them. Sorry about that. Next time.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna go for that. The one that's been hit already.
One's been already? Okay, go for it. So you line up the shot.
Yeah, and I'm doing the staying still part.
Steady aim, got it, yeah.
No, are you
So advantage on this.
Yeah, so 19.
That will do it. So you're gonna roll this with extra
And,
damage.
I get sneak because it's with engages somebody.
Yes, you would have gotten sneak because of advantage, or also because they're engaged in melee with your friends. 18. That will be enough as boom, crossbow bolt takes off the head of the doppelganger as the rest is kind of like still in a vague humanoid shape, but like a humanoid shape that has run into the mud, sinks to the ground. Alright. That is the remaining one. Not yet. It's gonna move up, but remain in distance of Ander to not provoke. Hey, you're up in the air, though, aren't you, Willa?
Does it provoke from Darval?
It will. I'm just trying to think if how many people want to provoke here. If Willa's up in the air, he's gonna go all the way over to Waka, so this will provoke from Darval and Ander.
Holy shit!
Damn, not having any of that retreat.
Yeah. Get him.
Ah, there I missed. Good job.
It's not a lot, but
I mean, hey, it hasn't taken any damage yet, so every bit matters. And then Darval's will miss on the 13, though.
Yep.
It's gonna
I
run
did 13 damage to it.
it takes the 13. It's gonna run up to Waka and now go in for its crazy punch thing. It's a crit. But the good news is it doesn't also get its extra damage. Like, its big damage is during the first round of combat. Just fucking barely. Waka takes 16 damage and is up at 1. As just another uppercut from the fist just cracks like a whole bunch of ribs.
That's just rude.
'Tis rude. All right, Ander.
All right, for me, I'm gonna be running up to. Since Willow's up in the air, I should be fine here. And
Yes, you should be good.
I'm gonna bite the doppelganger
No.
and miss. But as my bonus action, I'm actually gonna heal Waka.
Oh, yes, with the aura,
my aura
yeah.
vitality. As a bonus action, once per round, I can heal a creature in the aura for 2d6 hit points.
Hell yeah, go ahead and roll that.
You heal for 10
Oh,
points.
excellent roll. Whoom! A burst of green light kind of emanates out from the lovely hyena and Waka. You feel some of those bones like knit back together. Okay, Waka's got that. So back to Darval. And I'll move this body out of the way.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Move
no
here.
problem. No
And
problem, mate.
No problem, mate.
Great sword.
All right.
Miss.
Oh my god.
Remember now, I have 2 attacks. Now I'm level 5.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do have the multi-attack, dude. Go off. Oh, absolutely.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, definitely a hit that time.
Yep.
Let's
For
see.
10
Hey, not bad, not bad. He is now
No.
just above bloodied, but pretty much bloodied.
And that's my turn.
As boom, you cut, kind of same thing as the rapier. This time, a bunch of like clay gets stuck to the edge of your blade and like flicks up into the sky as you do this hip to shoulder slash. Right, Waka, back to you.
Alright. So, as my move action, draw out my hand crossbow. And then I'm gonna stab him with my rapier. Bonus action, shoot him.
Okay, so first one's a miss, but second one's a hit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's going to be 23. It is still alive, but that rips off kind of just like a semicircle out of the side of its face as it like turns a head that's just half formed back to look at you. All right, back to the Master of Shadows.
I am just going to Sacred Flame at it to begin with.
Sacred Flame, and that's gonna be Dex save. But on a fail, boom, it is consumed in the fire.
Nice.
That was eventful.
Yeah.
All right, we are out of combat. Let me calculate some XP.
Still don't regret trying to help people.
Agreed.
That's okay. We were.
All right, let's see. This was double doppelgangers. Everyone's gonna get 280 experience.
Cool, cool.
All right.
This is what I got.
And then you guys will be able to sleep the rest of the night.
Sweet, all my spells left are back.
How much experience again? 280?
280, yes. Correct.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
For the rest, I guess he heals the full. Never mind. I was gonna say for the rest of the time I would heal with aura, but I forget that we heal the full.
right, every other stuff.
New day, you need to prepare with health prepare quickly.
All right. Is there anything else you guys are doing outside of El Terrell before you enter?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, cool beans. So, as you guys approach El Terrell is a large, orderly city overlooking the river Shianthar. It's filled with merchants, river traders, farmers markets, but its most distinguishing feature is a brilliant magical light that hovers above it, illuminating it throughout the day and night. This light is painful to undead, or so the stories go, and is visible from almost every corner of this section of the land of Urtergard, of which El Terrell is the capital. It sometimes appears as a star from a distance. All right.
Never seen it before. First time for everything. It's incredible.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys enter town, you are met by a man you have not seen before. He looks over, kind of looks you up and down, sees, the golden armor, our bird friend, very distinct descriptions. And as this person approaches, this human, you look at him, Darval, and see that he is a paladin of Torm.
Oh, no. Oh, Paladin.
You see this guy coming up.
Cool.
It would seem you're the ones I'm waiting for. He kind of does an extra little bow to Darval.
I bow back.
My name is Onthar Froom. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Good day, mate.
Nods at you as well. Good day. He looks pretty decently armed here, but he's clearly a very friendly disposition. Seems like, got a bunch of scars, but he's got like those laugh lines at the corner of his eyes. Clearly likes to joke a lot. So, he's like, I have a friend of yours over at the Order of the Gauntlet. It's the organization I work for, keeping these areas safe. I believe you all know a man by the name of Leosin, which you guys do, the one you rescued the monk from the other camp.
Yep.
I don't think I've met him.
You have not met him, but the other
No.
four have.
I think you'll like him, Lyral. He's a good sword.
Oh yeah, him. He was cool.
We helped
I don't
we,
keep that in mind. I
Hmm?
tend to like most people though, so
That's fair.
All right. So, let's see. Well,
I will lead the way, my friend.
of course, I'll bring you all back to, this tavern of ours is kind of a temporary headquarters at the moment. It's called a Pair of Black Antlers. If you all will follow me.
Yeah, I'll pull it. Yeah.
Totally.
Not even get bothered with inside check. I blindly trusting this guy.
Hell yeah. All right. Let me bring us over. Give me 1 second to our tavern. Nope, that's not the right map.
I will follow, but I'll probably be like a minute or two behind them because Lyral is the type to kind of just meander very, very slowly, taking everything in.
Yeah, if you guys want to drop your dudes over there, they bring you the thing.
Where at again?
Right here.
Yeah. Andrew will be trying to take in every nook and cranny.
Honestly, following this guy right on his heels. He clearly knows the way around here. Walker, we've had a long rest, haven't we? Should have full health.
Yeah, you guys will be at full health now. You got a long rest.
Yep.
He is going to... I'm just going to put you guys together so I can move you more easily. And we'll know that you're not right with them, but just to move you. Kind of marches you guys into the Black Antler Tavern. Over to here. Leads you back past the bar. Look, this is kind of part of an inn space or also storage. And it's going to lead you into a back bedroom that has been converted into a meeting space. Where you guys see your old friend, Leosin.
Looking better, Leosin. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good
It's
day, mate.
good to see...
Good to see you.
Good to see you all safe. Lyrel, are you staying outside of the room, or are you trying to like listen in? What's your plan?
Probably just be in like the bar area watching people. I don't think I'd have realized that they went into the back room.
You stay at the bar? Okay, so you're staying over here.
Yeah.
If you want to make a perception check, there is like windows out the back if you're trying to sneak up and like,
Sure.
listen there.
No, I'm not trying to sneak up. I'm just taking everything in, so I go slowly.
Okay. Yeah, you can get a drink at the bar. It's empty on the map right now, but there is a variety of different people there.
Okay.
So it's not just you. There's enough of a crowd to kind of fade back into.
Okay.
All right. As Froome shows you to this private space off of the tavern's main rooms and closes the door, you see not only, the broad-shouldered human paladin you walked in with, but the monk Leosin, and many pitchers of dark red wine on the table, readily available. The paladin's joking face kind of takes on a more serious expression, unlike its usual open countenance. My friends, we have important business to discuss. At this point, you know almost as much about it as we do, and thanks to you, we know twice as much today as we did a 10-day ago. Something rotten is afoot. We have no formal organization or system to oppose these rascals, not yet anyway. We're working on that. And we need people like you. We know how and when to fight, and how and when to keep... people like you, who know how and when to fight, and how and when to keep your heads down and observe. We can't promise you anything except long days filled with danger and stress. And maybe a bit of wine at the end. But what could be better than that, eh? Kind of claps Darval on the back.
I give a big smile and say, "Here, here."
Leosin kind of like smiles and was like, "Listen, us two and along with a handful of other concerned leaders and scholars along the coast are in the early stages of organizing against the cult of the dragon. We've been working with another organization. You might have heard of some of them, but, well, do you know about the Harpers?" Which that was the guy you found like the note on his head. He's like, "Oh, you're familiar then?"
We recently met a contact in the Harpers as well, actually. So we have encountered them before.
Ah, well, that's excellent. Leosin kind of looks around and is like, "I used to keep it secret, but I've told Onthar here, and I can tell you, I'm also part of the Harpers.
Should know.
Like, we're dedicated to, bringing equality and justice and keeping power out of the hands of those who don't deserve it, but we're not exactly that organized. It's a loose system. The agents are allowed a lot of leeway and freedom of action. Onthar here represents the Order of the Gauntlet. His order shares a lot of our principles, but apart from that, they're pretty different. They emphasize faith, vigilance, the constant struggle against the threats of evil. Most of its core members are clerics or paladins, but of course they welcome anyone who shares their beliefs."
You sound cool. You looking for a member?
Always.
Join either of us. We'd be happy to have more.
Nice.
Alright, listen, we've been working with one new organization that I don't know much about them yet. I only recently made contact with. They're known as the Emerald Enclave. I would say, Andrew, you probably just know about this from being a druid around here. The Emerald Enclave is an organization of druids and nature worshippers.
Okay.
They're kind of like, I don't know if this would vibe with Ander, but they're kind of like, you know, people who thrive with nature magic, but are still kind of got that behind the scenes influence the geopolitical world vibe. They're just all like druids and stuff. Like their primary goal is preserving nature, but they certainly have a lot of political influence.
Okay.
Kind of like if the Illuminati were into plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for joining the Illuminati. The Nature Army,
Yeah,
or whatever.
the plant Illuminati, yeah. Plantanami, I don't know.
Plantanami, yes.
Hell yeah. So he kind of gives you a way to like recognize the symbols that these groups might have, so you can find allies. Number one, the Order of the Gauntlet. They have a big fucking gauntlet either on their armor or on a medallion, like a symbol of a gauntlet, and they wear them pretty openly along with their holy symbols. Like. Mm-hmm. And like Froome's is the right-handed gauntlet of Torm, so you definitely can relate. The symbol of the order as a whole, they may not all wear this, but this would like be their heraldry. Would be a sword, like a gauntlet grasping a sword by the blade. The Harpers is a silver harp behind the horns of a crescent moon. And the Emerald Enclave is a white stag on a green field for their heraldry. So these are ways to like identify them if you need them. All right. Any question about the organizations before they kind of jump in with like the rest of the intel they've gathered?
Not for me.
Very well. Okay, so with that in mind, they kind of play back in. At this point, Onthar, the paladin, chimes back in, kind of takes over the conversation again. Listen, all of you, thanks to you, we know the cult is amassing treasure and that they've been shipping it north. We are still trying to figure out exactly where, although we've narrowed it down to either Baldur's Gate, which is granted a bit northwest of us, or Waterdeep.
We have our intel that we've uncovered been pointing us towards Waterdeep.
Excellent. Listen, we think that one of the cult's caravans is going to be heading out of Baldur's Gate sometime in the next few weeks. We have a mission, should you choose to accept it. Would you be able to get yourselves into that convoy? Either be hired as guards, potentially there's other convoys going that way. Maybe you could get hired by merchants going the same direction, but someone that would put you in reach of their convoy. The only issue is timing. The tracks leaving the cultist camp and the map from Mondath's chamber that you guys had found, everything seems to indicate, west up the country road. And with Baldur's Gate, the wagons would take a total of about another 20 days or so to move on with such a big group. So you still have time. Alternatively, if you guys need to speed up more and you're worried about time, they tell you can hire a ship out of Eltrell to Baldur's Gate that would cut down your overland journey to only 3 days by water to get to Baldur's Gate. At the moment, it'd probably take about 4 or 5.
On horseback, it takes 4 or 5, you said?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I vote.
I think you can afford to go be the horse, but You guys are, because it's gonna take them 20 days to get out of the city. You should have time to get there.
Yeah. And it has not been 20 days since they left your guys' clutches for sure. So there's still time.
Yeah. How many days
Um,
do you think it's been?
say that again.
How many days do you think it's been since we left? How many days has it been?
It has been, I believe, 6 days since you guys have left.
Okay, we still have 14.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Still have 14. As you guys, kind of consider, like as Darval, talks out those logistics and stuff, Leosin produces a small, like a soft leather pouch from his belt, and he's like, "Look, I know this is dangerous, and I don't expect everyone to be like those two." And he kind of gestures at Darval and Onthar, the paladins. If you all can do this for us and help keep, this section of the world safe by doing this mission, I'll make sure that this is waiting for you when you reach Waterdeep. It'll be in the hands of a Harper agent. He pulls the drawstring on the pouch and holds up this, insanely magnificent, faceted ruby.
That's more of my Now,
I would say Waka and Willa, he kind of sees you guys, he's like, on the open market, if my contacts we believed, you could probably sell this for 1,200 gold pieces.
you know, we could
So he's like, good, I'll send it ahead to the Harper agents. Once you find them in the city of Waterdeep, they'll make sure you get it.
excellent.
Cool.
All right. Listen, our two orders don't have infinite wealth or anything like that, but if you all need some new equipment, some gear, some clothing to disguise yourselves, I could make that happen before we get on the boat. Onthar has a pretty good quartermaster with his organization. Do you all need anything?
Actually, maybe. Could turn to Lyral. Lyral, do you know how to cast Revivify?
I do, yes.
Do we have diamond dust for that if we need it?
Yes.
We
We
do.
managed to get it from some dead magician.
Yes.
Oh, right.
How much diamond dust do you have?
100
gold.
gold pieces worth.
Okay, so you have exactly one casting event. Should
Yeah.
we get a second casting event if Onthar can help us with that?
I think Revivify is 300.
Oh, we should.
I will double check. If Revivify is 300 GP worth. So you're a little short right now.
We should see if we can get
Oh, yeah, 300.
Onthar. Do you have diamond dust you could spare in case we need it? I know it's a big ask. We would not be selling it or using it for anything other than this spell. And if we don't need it, we can return it to you.
He considers that. He's like, I can talk to some of the clerics. I can get you. You already have. How much do you have already? You tell him you got 100 gold pieces. Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, I can get you 500, enough for finish off that casting and one more. But that'll be about. That'll be us tapped. I won't be able to get you anything more of value besides nothing more than a cloak or basic adventuring things.
Do you guys need anything else? Does this sound good to you guys?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Other than that, maybe just some disguises. Simple disguises to make not. I just tried my golden armor not appear as obvious.
It's fair. Yeah, you can get something to cover it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, so they'll provide you with that. As Onthar, kind of takes out just a small notebook and is jotting down what he needs to get. Leosin's is there anything else? Any questions or anything we can do before? Are you planning to ride it out, or are you going to charter a ship? So if you charter a ship, I will say the rivers are a little bit safer.
That's fair.
Can the horses come if we charter the ship?
Yes, definitely.
How much does it cost to charter a ship?
It's not much. Most are already going there. I'd say probably 20 gold for the lot of you.
Oh yeah, we can do that. What do you guys think? Should we do that?
Sure.
Let's do it. So what 4 gold apiece?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
All right.
Before we go, I'm gonna ask Antar a question.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna be honest, Antar. I'm still a little new to all this. I want to keep my faith while doing this. Do you have any advice?
He like kind of leans back, holding like one of the flagons of wine in one hand. It's a good question. The main advice I can give you is that even when it seems hard, stay loyal to yourself. Now,
I know.
what it's like, sometimes that might not always be to Torm in the ways that we think it is. He follows, duty, loyalty, righteousness. But at the end of the day, it's up to us, people like you and me, to interpret that. It's easy to be writing it and follow it word for word, but Torm expects us to know what is right. Listen to yourself, and sometimes what's right might not always be the most knight in shining armor paladin moment, but you gotta trust that Torm's giving you power for a reason. He trusts that you can do this.
I appreciate your advice. Thank you.
Kind of
Wish us
inclines
luck.
his head to you. Well, good luck out
May
there.
Torm guide you. May Torm guide you.
May Torm guide you as well.
Okay.
All right. Let me bring us back out to the map. It is still very early in the day, so you guys can catch the river boats starting tonight. They're like, midway through the day. Cut down some of the time. So we're over here. Heading down the Cheonthar River. And thanks to the river, you guys are not going to be interrupted at all. So if you have any hit dice missing or any health, add everything back. Because the river will drop you off within reach of the city of Baldur's Gate.
We should mark off our gold, if you realized.
Yes.
Is it extra gold for the horses?
No, I think they'd include it. It's pretty standard practice in this part of the world to, like, people will go on these barges with their, like, caravans and horses to cut down on trade time.
Gotcha. Cool stuff.
So they have, like, I'm blanking on the name. There's a name for the type of boom arm on old ships, that would, like, they're designed to have, like, a leather net that goes under the body of a horse that'll lift them onto the ship into this little, not like a whole deck below, but a little bit below deck level, like a little under area. So they're like half up, half down from the top deck. So the horses have somewhere to stand.
Awesome.
So they're well equipped for this.
Makes sense.
All right. So you guys have approached the famed city of Baldur's Gate. Hell yeah. Baldur's Gate is a bustling city, a center of trade with goods coming from north and south, by wagon along the trade way, and by ship on the Sea of Swords, and from the east along the river Cheonthar, and from Cormyr and Sembia. Baldur's Gate is situated on a prominent bluff next to the river, overlooking an excellent natural harbor. It is divided into 3 distinct segments, the upper city, where the richest and most influential citizens live, and where the city's marketplace, known as the Wide, is located. The lower city, which surrounds the harbor and where most of the city's merchants live and conduct business, and the outer city, which lies outside of the walls and where most of the city's laborers reside in conditions that not are all bad, but it's a pretty wide range, varying from like okay to crowded, but still clean, to just downright squalid, like slums. All right, you guys know Froom's final message. You guys are looking for a contact of the Gauntlets, a human trader by the name of Akin Celebon. And I will paste that in right here. You guys know that he operates an equipage, like a horse, travel and message system, an equipage business in the outer city, so not actually in the merchant district, north of the city wall, in a district called Blackgate. Blackgate. There we go. All right. So as you guys approach this enormous city, what's the game plan?
What is the game plan, guys? Are we gonna try to sneak onto the enemy caravan, or should we just find a second caravan to take with us?
Well, if we look in the past, sneaking permanently doesn't work out too well. So why don't we approach them and talk about being guards?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too. While I have the chance, I'm going to vigilant blessing myself.
Okay, because there's one blessing on yourself.
And I will bless everybody else. Cast bless on everybody else. There's only 3 people, so everyone not myself I have to bless, except for myself and Daryl.
So are you guys going straight to the merchant then, or like looking around the city?
Oh, bless only a minute. Never mind. I use bless. Yes,
I'll go straight there, like unless we
Okay.
have a reason around. What
Um,
you think?
As you guys are, say that again. Sorry, I thought I cut you
If
off.
if we have
Mhm.
the time, it might make sense to see if anyone's here has heard anything about the cult before we join up with the caravan.
Good call.
In either, a temple to Saloon or a temple to Torm, just because
Or maybe
they might be, or a tavern. Yeah, I just figured temples would be less likely to share that we were asking around about it.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, which of those 3 are we thinking then? Do you want to do the temples? Do you want to do the bars? Do you guys split up and look at different ones? What do you think?
Maybe splitting up a little different. That's the way to go.
Say that again, Darbals? I couldn't hear that part.
Maybe splitting up is the way to go.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would get split up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants what?
I mean, I'll go to my temple. I assume Lyra will go to her temple.
Yeah.
All right. Lyral, what's Lyral's goddess again? Or god?
Saloon.
How do you spell it?
Selune.
Okay. Got it. I was spelling it wrong. That's fucking why. All right. So assuming those 2 are each going to their temple, and the rest of you, are you guys all going to like just the taverns around?
Yeah, we'll hit up tavern.
So are you follow-up question? So the two temples are both in, let me see. Yes, they would both be in the lower city, which is like where the harbor is, but still inside the walls. Taverns got a variety. There are taverns in the lower city, in the outer city. There are like places like that in the upper city, although it can be harder to get in, as that's where like the rich people live. Where do you guys think you're going for the tavern-esque information of those like districts?
So, is there a tavern that kind of has like performers in it?
Oh, a bunch of them for sure.
Yeah. So we'll go like to performer taverns and see if Willa can perform, and then we'll use that kind of like start talking.
All right, I'd say Willa's skills would probably be best at performing in either the lower city where the merchants live or the outer city with the laborers live. What do you think would be? Who are you looking to get information out of? Like the merchant class, or like the working class?
I don't know what he's playing with, but I think it's missing.
What's up?
Um,
Oh, gotcha. That was not for me.
sorry.
No, you're good.
I think
Which-
the worker class might be
well,
better.
Which do we want to split up in taverns? Did you guys want to?
I mean, yeah,
take
there's
one.
3 people on tavern duty. You could each go to a different section.
Oh, okay. Which one did you want to go to, Ander?
Merchant.
All right,
Yeah,
so Andrew will
that's
go to
what
the
I was-
merchant, and then the rogues will go to the outer city taverns.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's work our way down. So let's start. We're gonna start with Lyrel going to. There is indeed a temple to Selune in the lower city. As you find the temple, it's Our Lady of Silver temple is what it's called. It's one of her monikers.
Yeah.
You go in, you see that there is a variety of different people worshiping there, but there is certainly some members of the actual like priesthood. This appears to be ostensibly like an abbey. It is a lot of nuns right now. It looks like a lot of female clerics who have kind of taken the vow to serve her.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think I'll start with just praying for a little bit, and then I will go speak to one of the nuns after I pray for a couple minutes.
All right. You take a moment to pray at the statues. You feel definitely very at home here. And then as you approach one of the sisters here. Oh, hello there. Another
Hello?
follower of the Moonlit Way?
Yes, yes. I try to do most of my work on the road, traveling, and doing my best to serve the Moon Maiden and spread the warmth of her light to those around. And I was in town, and I figured I would stop by and pray a little bit. And at the same time, I have been traveling with a group who has been working to combat the Cult of the Dragon, and I was wondering if you all here might have heard anything about their activity. Have they been trying to lead the people down a darker path around in the city? Just anything would be helpful. If not, no worries. I'm mostly here to pray.
She kind of thinks so. She's like, the Cult of the Dragon. I'm not sure, but I imagine a group would be rather disruptive. The only thing that's really caused a stir in the city these past days that I can think of, I saw up near the upper city, there was a group with a palanquin. Not unusual for the city's elite. They like to be carried around on those things. But some of the city guards seemed rather agitated as they checked the palanquin's papers. And they did allow them in, but it caused a bit of a ruckus. I couldn't see who was inside. But normally, someone that rich, it's not a problem getting into the upper city.
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Of
And
course.
I'm just going to go back and pray some more now. Thank you. And I'll just go and pray.
All right. Let's cut to our other temple. Right. So, Darval, as you approach the Temple of Torm, this one is known out as the House of the True and the House of the Fury, which are related to his titles. You can see there's not like the actual order of the gauntlet here, but you definitely see there's a mix of a bit more battle-ready people than we're at Selene's church. There are clearly clerics at work praying, but even the ones that are praying inside have various weapons on their waists. You see a few squads of paladins, about 5 strong each, are like drilling in the courtyard outside.
I'm also gonna start by going to like the church area and praying a bit,
All right.
and then I will go out to where the paladins are training. Do I see like any instructor around?
Yeah, you see like an older paladin. He's not wearing as much armor as the rest of them because he's not actually training. He's clearly in retirement, but is still wearing a very nicely polished breastplate. He has not wearing an eye patch, but a very open scar over one eye, leaving the other one kind of milky white at this point. It's gone blind, and white hair as well. Currently, he's calling out various drills to them as they practice their swordplay. He's like, all right, sequence 3, backhand, forward thrust, overhand, back cut. And he's kind of calling them out to them as they go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to him and stand next to him, but not gonna say anything. Just gonna watch for a moment and see if he notices me.
Kind of glances over and sees your armor. He's like, all right, continue practicing sequences 3 and 5, split into pairs, make it worth your while. Once they kind of listen, you hear the clash of like weapons play resuming in the background. Turns to you. I see a fellow fighter for Torm is what it looks like. How can I help you?
Well, first I'd like to if this spy could train a bit, that'd be obviously appreciated. But I'm also I've been on the road for a while, and me and a group of others have been trailing the cult of the dragon. Things are up to some dangerous business right now. Have you heard anything around here about that?
Kind of flexes his leather gloves. You hear the leather kind of creak a little bit. Cult of the Dragon. They've surfaced again. Look, they always come back, I know that, but it feels like just yesterday me and some of my friends at the time beat them back into submission.
Hopefully mine can as well.
I hope so. You think they're operating around here, you said?
We actually think they're operating closer to Waterdeep, but I just want to know if you've heard anything around here while we were passing through.
If they're operating or even trying to get to Waterdeep, I don't know if this has to do with them, but I know that the various wagon trains and merchants going to leave together to head to Waterdeep have been under extra demand lately. It's been hard for people to hire more guards to watch the caravans or even have enough caravans to go there, as there's been an influx of clients. I don't know if that influx is them, but I know there's been a lot of people around where you hire wagons in the outer city.
I nod. That is greatly appreciated information. Thank you.
Of course.
They
Anything
nod back to
for-
their paladin. Sorry.
Who's gonna say anything for fellow follower of the Hand of Righteousness?
Indeed. Which reminds me, may I train a bit here?
He gestures. And he goes, "Of course, be my guest."
I'll just get in line with the others.
All right.
Train here.
Hell yeah! You take some time, train up with them, do some good drills. We're about halfway through our timer now. I'd say let's take our 5-minute break here, and then we'll come back and do the taverns next.
Cool.
All right.
Sorry, yeah, we're here.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so Ander, you're going to the merchant class taverns, right?
Right. Yes.
All right, perfect. Let's do that first then. We'll start with that one, then we'll go to the...
I was kind of thinking, did we want to go all together so Willa could do the show, and then me and Ander can run around and like talk to people and see if we could extract information while she's giving the show.
All right. Gotcha. Okay, so then you guys are all going together to the merchant one, the mercenary?
Yeah.
Perfect. Alright, let's see. So you're going to look for one in the center of town. That's the expensive one. Okay. Near the docks in the merchant quarter, which is the lower city, you guys can make your way to the Purple Worm Inn and Tavern.
The purple worm.
Yeah, the Purple Worm. WIRM. Like the giant
Okay.
monster.
Okay.
But that is the name of the tavern.
Cool.
Alright. You guys see, like, the inn is doing, like, a roaring trade tonight. You know, the place is packed. Bars serving drinks. You see, like, waiters bringing around, like, food to different tables that the cook has been making. There's space for performers up front. Someone is currently singing, but it looks like they're nearing the end of a set. What do you guys do?
Is it kind of just like a walk up and you're showed?
Give me an insight check. See if you what's the vibe of this place's stage. Is this just like a, you know, bring your own fucking entertainment? What are we doing?
What is that? BYOI?
All three of you, any of you can make the insight check.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I was just seeing who's got it better. So Willow will just give me advantage.
Okay.
I can make my own insight.
Yeah.
So 17. Okay. Locke and Will are kind of like more used to casing a joint than like actively being in the front and center. But you're pretty sure that Andrew confirms that this place is close enough to the docks that they kind of expect traveling minstrels and shit to just do their thing. So you should be able to just go up on stage, providing no one else is up there.
Alright. You want to jump?
Go up there, mate. You got this.
Alright, I'm gonna say, give me a performance check, Willa. And depending on how good or bad it is, it'll change what the other guys are doing.
And from our insight, is this the type of place where you like put a hat up at the center for money into?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So of course I'll put my like with that cool introduction, like spinny fly thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So the introduction, I trip.
Alright, the introduction's a
You're a little
little...
nervous.
Introduction's a little rough. I'm gonna say make one more check to see how the rest of the performance while they're talking goes. Jesus.
Not my best performance.
So first of all, during the course of the night, you'll probably make about like 7 gold pieces total, like of various coinages, but it adds up to 7. I'm gonna say while the other two of you are going around, taking advantage of people being, you know, entertained by Willa and also a bit drunk. I don't think that performance was good enough to give you 2 advantage, but I am gonna say it's gonna give each of you guys a +2 on the check of your choice. So you could try to make investigation checks to, like, you know, just kind of listen into people, or, you know, generally find out information about the city. You can make perception checks just to straight up eavesdrop, or you could make a persuasion check to just like, try to get people to tell you what they've seen. So those are kind of the options: persuasion, perception, or investigate.
I'm gonna go with.
What was it again? Sorry.
Either perception, persuasion, or investigation.
Okay.
All right, you guys are wildly in sync. Okay. So you just kind of start eavesdropping as you're kind of going around, pretending to like get drinks and order food and stuff, and listening into everyone. A lot of the rumors are like super innocuous and like don't matter at all to you guys. However, you hear one group say how yesterday, the crew of their ship, seems like this guy's like a sailor, kind of got into it at a seedier tavern with a bunch of guys in black leather armor and black cloaks who sound a lot like the fanatics you guys have faced. And then you also hear that two of the other guys, they appear to be merchants. One of them's like, did you hear what old like Ascleus up the way? He told me earlier he had to deal with this. It wasn't even like a dragonborn, man. It was like had a tail and everything. It was like a dragon on hind legs. And it was, yeah, no, Ascleus told me. He's like, she was like, black scaled dragon, but walking on two legs. And she kept asking, about where to buy a whole bunch of supplies for a trip and kept flashing a lot of coin around. From the descriptions, you hear that they're like, clothing as well. It sounds like these two, their merchant friend was contacted by Resmir. Is this lovely person?
Huh.
That's handy.
And by the sound of it, this was like recently, like yesterday, or like today or yesterday.
How good are you at talking?
But charisma is not great, so
And you guys,
I'm okay.
you guys did blow your +2s on those perceptions. That's why we wouldn't have gotten Resimir without the 25. So that was both good. I can't believe you both got 23 up to 25. It's very specific.
Nailed it. All right. So, did they mention exactly where they saw them?
They said it was with some merchant Ascleus, but you don't. That dude isn't here. They're just kind of talking about him.
Yeah. Can I start? Okay, so like after Willa's done with her show, can she help us invest about that guy?
Yeah, I would say so. You want to try to like get the information out of these two guys once the show's over?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say you guys probably.
Just kind of like general ask around about it. See if we can't like pinpoint a location.
Okay. I'd say you guys probably have to wait like an hour or so, and Willa, you finish up your stuff. Merchant gets ready to leave. The two merchants do. You guys trying to like catch them while they're in here, or like follow them out into the city?
We'll try to catch them. Like when I see they're starting to like pack up and get ready to go.
Sure.
I'll kind of like wander over, see if I can't buy them a drink.
All right. I'd say I'd say make a persuasion check with advantage, as you're kind of like, hey, one more before closing. I don't mind. Got some coin burning a hole in my pocket if you guys got a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 20. They're like,
Nice.
all right. One more. Kind of like wave a waiter over, pull out the chairs next to them, like beckon you guys to sit down. As the waiter comes back, couple mugs of like various mead and ale options, They like kind of cheers Waka like, what's what's the occasion?
Okay. So I'm not gonna mention that I own them, but as we're casually talking, kind of ask them what they're doing, and then I'll wait for them to eventually respond. Like, oh, I'm looking, guy. I'll say for the merchant.
Oh, okay, Ascleus. Like, looking for Ascleus. What do you need him for? He's got good business. I can vouch for his products.
Oh, yeah, well, we heard that sometime he hires guards for his routes and stuff, and so we're just kind of seeing if he has any work for the same reason. We heard he's reliable and.
He kind of looks you guys up and down. And he's like, you'd have to convince him. He's pretty fussy about his guards, but yeah, I mean, with how busy the trade caravans are right now, it's possible he could hire you.
I know I don't look like much, but me and my crew, we're pretty good in the fight. But yeah, and like if we don't meet up to his standards, that just means we have to train more, and that's fine too.
It's a good way to think about it. I mean, listen, hey, we're not the ones to convince, but he kind of like pats around in his like robes pockets. He takes out like a small scrap of parchment he has on him. He's like, hey, waiter, can I just get a quill really quick? They bring over. He's like, scribbles like a quick address. And he's like, all right, near the top of Merchant District. He's like a little bit tipsy. And I was like, there's closer to the bay, to the harbor. There's a small cul-de-sac, Eel's End. It's where he's at. And, like, writes down the address.
Cool. Well, thank you. And then I'll buy them a drink and kind of just hang out for them until they head out, and then we can probably go check that out.
Hell yeah. Alright, yeah, you hang out with them, have a drink. They seem pretty grateful. They wish you guys, luck at getting this job. At this point, we've probably all synced enough, like, Liral's finished praying, Darval's finished working out with the other knights. You guys have done your hour of performing and talking. Are you trying to go straight to this address, or are you trying to meet up with the other two first?
Probably that somewhere.
Before we actually went to the address, would we be able to just take a look around to see what kind of area it is? See if we can't spot like the cultists, because we know they had an altercation, so maybe they'll still be around or something.
Yeah, I'd say you guys can make a perception check with disadvantage because it's such a huge city, just to see if you can see people around.
Okay.
Cool.
So that one's mine.
9.
This Willow.
Oof.
Oh,
Even with disadvantage, 20's pretty
because
solid.
those knights are killing us.
Yeah,
Like,
damn.
Why is all my rolls good now? It's like we're in the middle of combat and I'm just like, oh look, is that an ambush? I'm not for sure. It's like, oh, we're in a city and you get disadvantage. Like, nah,
Yeah.
I have a 20.
When it comes
They're killing us right
to
now.
navigating
Yeah,
city life,
yeah.
the fucking druid's all over it apparently,
Yep.
as it should be.
The druid's
Yeah,
like, I want
exactly.
out of this city as fast as possible.
No,
Actually,
like Andor actually is okay with it. He's having a great time.
You guys go around, walking Willa. You guys can see, there's so many people around here. You're not seeing anyone around. And even on disadvantage, that 20, you see the briefest glimpse of a group of a couple guys in black clothes kind of slip into a side alley to get off the beaten track. And you're on a 20 confident enough that it is some of the low-level dragon cultists.
Well, that's sketchy.
Nice catch. Yeah, let's follow them.
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna say if the 3 of you are tracking them, it's gonna be a group stealth check. So you need 2 out of 3 successes. Versus their, I'm gonna not say
I'm
they're
totally gonna
passive.
be
I think
casting
they're
this spell.
actually gonna try.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay, pass that tracer. We get to plus 10, so 32, 24, 24.
Wait, let me get my roll real quick. I haven't rolled yet.
Willa got a 14.
Oh,
that
sorry.
20
The 22 is perception. Yeah. So,
Yeah, so it's
24,
24,
18. All right. Not as much. I am gonna give them a actual check instead of passive because they are on high fucking alert in the city.
I mean, that makes sense.
All right. Still though, they gotta beat
24. is pretty
24.
good,
Yeah.
Thanks to the spell.
Yep, you're welcome. I went. Oh, this won't go good. Let's just do this.
All right. The passed out trace. Your footsteps muffled into like silence, even on the flagstones and cobblestones of the city. Even when you guys kind of splash in the puddles of rainwater, there's no noise, and you are able to sneak up on the cultists. As you're following them, are you trying to just follow them or like intercept them? First of all, first question.
Just
That
follow.
depends on who's here. Is it just like the standard guards or?
It looks like it is 3 of these dudes, so pretty basic.
Okay, yeah. Let's just follow the basic.
Okay. In that case, while you're tracking them, go ahead and give me a perception check then.
Okay.
Okay, 12. And that can be everyone can make the perception check. Doesn't have to just be you.
Oh man, these rolls are.
Ander! Ander, what the fuck? I love that the fucking nature guy is like giving the fucking like he's
I
giving a
got
lesson
Eli
to the city
down.
rogues. Like the rogues should be killing it, and Ander's like, no, guys. You gotta, these alleys are the bad ones. You gotta cut through
wait,
this
yeah,
alley.
look, that if we had disadvantage, we all would have crit failed.
Oh, I didn't even process that. Yeah.
And it would have been 6, 8, and 7.
I wish I had said that it was disadvantage beforehand, so I could have just been like, a giant fucking boat foghorn just cuts off their entire conversation. Jesus. Okay, so Willa and Walker aren't going to catch much here. But Ander, you hear them talking. It sounds like these 3 are looking for a dice game, like a gambling game with some sailors right now. They're looking for where it's at. But you hear them talking, perhaps a bit too openly. They might be have had a little bit to drink about Resimir and like the plan for the caravan.
Oh.
And as they talk, one of them's like, "Hey, yeah, so we've been asking around. I know Resimir went up to the upper district, got some better supplies for us." One of them's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of that's gonna trickle down to us." And he's like, Look, it's for the good of the group, okay? We're all here for the same reason. But Resimir and her personal guard are talking. They're gonna go to Celebon's yard. It's one of I think it's outside of the city. So we're gonna try to get at least 5 wagons, and we should leave probably sometime tomorrow evening.
Cool.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I totally let them know what I'm hearing.
Okay. Besides that, I think that's plenty of information.
And you guys know that's the contact you guys are supposed to meet. It's not the one that you guys are thinking of getting hired by now, Scleus, but Akin Celebon is the one that you're gonna Froome suggested trying to get hired by him. And it seems like perhaps they've come to similar conclusions.
Gotcha. So maybe we should join that one. Well, let's go find the rest of the party first. Inform them, then we could talk about what we want to do.
Yeah, so you guys kind of pull away from this, let them go to their dice game, and you guys are able to reconvene where you guys first split up just inside the walls. Yeah, so I assume you fill them in on like all the stuff you have overheard, the stuff you guys heard in the temple, that Resmir is also here, like confirmed. What do you guys say after all the information is exchanged?
Well, what's your next move?
I think we should go to the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that before, they all leave is probably a smart idea.
Yep.
Well, hold on. Will
If-
Rescue recognize us?
Well, Brevmir will probably certainly recognize me. I mean,
True, they don't really know you.
Was I not? I thought I was
Or
captured
I
by
guess
Resmir.
Resmir had already left the day before, so Resmir hasn't seen you, but some of the
Even
cultists.
when I was held captive in the cave.
Were you held captive for more than one day?
I don't know.
Let me check my notes. Okay, no, it would have been more than one day. So yes, she did see you.
Okay.
If it had been
Yeah.
one day, she hadn't. But no, it was at least a couple days.
Resmir has
Yeah.
definitely seen me. I made an effort to preach to every one I could within that cave. Give them
so-
chances for redemption.
Like, how are we gonna avoid getting detected? Should we follow behind where the convoy did, or should we
Maybe
attempt
hook up with, join a
guys
different
checks?
group of caravan people.
What were you saying, Waka? What was the? Oh, disguise checks. You said.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys did get some cloaks and stuff from the Paladin and Leosin. So if you wanted to, you could try to do some disguises here.
Yeah. If anyone has a disguise kit, I've got proficiency with that.
You could probably pick one up if we don't have one. You can just pick
Yeah.
one.
We're in a city. We could probably buy one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, as he's saying, you
Yeah.
could purchase one. It's I'll double check the price.
I have no money.
I have money.
I have some. Not a lot, mind you. Some.
A disguise kit is 25 gold pieces.
I have 260 gold, so I can put that up.
And it lets you add. What's it let you add? There you go. Oh, I didn't need to double tap it, but there you go.
Are there like, how there's like those professional painter people and stuff, like who do makeup? Is there someone who can professionally disguise us besides maybe?
Like SFX artists.
Yeah.
Do you know what might work?
Potentially.
Like,
What were
I
you gonna
also
say?
don't know how good the bonuses are that anybody else has. We're pretty terrible at this.
How familiar do I think Resmir is with Eladrin?
Not super familiar, I would say.
So, like, if my season changed,
Ooh.
would Resmir have any idea or be able to recognize me?
I'd say it'd probably give you advantage on the deception check for the disguise, for sure.
Okay.
I think there's a chance, but I think it would give you advantage.
Okay. So we can do that and then attempt a disguise, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, it is like a group check kind of thing. So you need like 3 out of 5 successes. So whatever you can do to like optimize that.
Okay.
A big blazing house, and so I'm not very good at that. Well, we'll see.
So since it's a disguise, we put it on beforehand, right? So could we just have one person roll for all of us, whoever has the best bonus? Since that person will physically put on the disguise for us?
I think we're all disguising ourselves.
Well, the disguise kit would basically uh, it would be, since Lyral is using it, they would add their proficiency bonus to a disguise check, and they would disguise each of you. So it is just her roll. Except you would get advantage on yourself because of the season.
Okay.
So you could all roll individually, or like do 5 rolls from one person.
Yeah.
And
five-
this would be deception.
This
Yeah,
would be
Lyra, what's
deception.
your-
Yes.
My deception is not very good.
Yeah. Who's got the best deception?
I have a 2 in deception, but I don't have proficiency in the kit, so I think no.
I have
So
a
think
0.
So I
Yeah,
got
Laurel.
5 because I'm a circus artist.
Yeah. Yeah, Will's got.
Still,
Oh.
maybe Will should do disguising.
Yeah, Willow would probably be best, and I can still do
Can you give Will
Black
a
season, which would hypothetically give her advantage on one of them. I don't know how that works exactly.
I'd say like you like does one really well. Like just put some extra work
Okay.
on. So effectively, it would be advantage on 1 from that. Advantage, I would say, because she has to do less work to make you look different because you're doing a different season.
Yeah.
So 2 rolls with advantage with your +5, and then 3 normal rolls would be the disguise checks.
Okay. So I'm just gonna click it. Sure. And then click it. That's right.
Okay, so are the first, assuming the first 2 are with advantage, that's 22, 20, 11, 20, and 11. So that means the score to beat for a majority success is a 20 for them.
Okay.
So you're putting these on, are you trying to go there tonight or in the morning? When is this happening? Sounds like they're leaving tomorrow night is the plan.
We should probably
So
go
I say
there.
let's go tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
don't accidentally leave with this morning's carriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so going tomorrow morning.
I agree.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm gonna pull everyone aside and say, remember, they need the staffing anyway, so we have some bit of leverage here.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, you guys go the next morning. Give me 1 sec.
Also, actually, no, never mind.
Okay.
And because I am now in different season, instead of the kind of orangey skin and hair, it is
Mhm.
now a kind of a very deep green color for the hair and a slightly paler green for the skin.
Hell yeah.
Cool
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah. Fucking Eldarn or Eldrin are cool. All right.
For sure.
So first things first, does this guy recognize you? Because he was, well, he wasn't actually described by. Man. So, at the very least, Celebon just sees 5 people looking for work right now. As you guys approach, are you trying to approach him, or are you waiting for him to come to you? This is the merchant. Looks like the cultists are not here yet.
We should probably approach him first, then.
Yeah.
All right, going up to him. So you guys are now talking.
I have my symbol hidden, by the way.
What's up?
I have my holy symbol is hidden.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so you guys are not talking to Akin Selimon. You all are looking for work then, or are you what are you, guards? Are you trying to hire the hire a caravan?
Other way around, we're looking for work. helping a caravan mission. Just as
Uh-huh.
guards. We heard there's a bit of a shortage around. We are heading towards Waterdeep anyway. Figured you could use our muscle, we could use some of your money.
All right, why don't you all you guys have a choice here. He's like, I need you to prove this to me. You guys can either make a persuasion check or an athletics check to prove that you guys are capable of this job that Celebon's hiring for.
I have a +5 in either one, guys, so whichever you would prefer.
And it can be a group check as well. So basically, each success is still a success. Just you can use either skill. So everyone can choose either between persuasion or athletics.
I'm not. Oh, I'm better at athletics, so I'll do athletics.
We'll also do
I will also do athletics.
Oof.
Okay, strong start. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, one more.
It's still in the morning. I'm still waking up.
After all this success in the city.
Yep. We're no longer in there.
And then Waka just barely coming in to make sure you guys can do it. Okay. So
Nice.
collectively,
Walker, your crit is a 4. It's just like I'm just like I rolled a 4 and I got a 2 on my dice.
Get good.
I'm trying to get good.
All right. So you guys are all going to be hired. There are different tiers. Basically, it's either he's not interested. You hire as basic guards or sergeants or bodyguards. You are sergeants. It's the middle. Each of you guys will be paid 8 gold pieces per a 10-day. A 10-day is literally just 10 days. Plus food and living expenses on the road. Like, all right.
That sounds good.
You all can be sergeants for some of the more not as impressive guards. So you look over some other people who are like, basically like low-level fighters, like clearly not as proficient. Excellent.
Maybe I can jump a thing or two while we're on the road.
So you guys are successfully hired as guards for his caravans. Here's the question. Are you guys trying to get hired to guard the caravan the cultists are hiring, or one before or after them?
I vote the cultist one.
Yeah.
You think
Good.
so?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already got your disguises. They're pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, it's all or nothing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Plus, if it goes wrong, they're closer for us to kill, you know?
True.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Okay. So, you guys, let's see who's with her. There's a variety of things. Okay, there's a variety of stuff with her. I'm going to make 2 checks. One is for Resmir, and one is for just everyone else she has with her. I'll use
This
their
is an
highest,
ant
but like
so
she definitely has
poorly.
like some cultists, some acolytes, like the various some veterans, different things. So it'll be the highest of them, and then her bonus as well. Okay, her rank and file got a nat 1. They're being cocky. I gotta double check her bonus here. Ooh, baby. Okay. So, the lowest one you guys have is a 20 on your group check. Total, she's gonna get a 16.
Nice.
So, Resimir, you see they are carrying her on a palanquin. And there's curtains around it. You do catch a brief glimpse of her. She sees you guys, doesn't react. And does brief business with Celebon, who directs her. He's like, all right, you're gonna use these 5 different wagons. We're gonna tie them down with tarps. I'm giving you X number of guards. Those 5 back there will be sergeants. They'll each be in charge of a troop of 4 guards. So for each one of you, there's 4 regular guards. Like, and I got 3 bodyguards to watch your palanquin and your others. Your Resumir's kind of quiet voice, like, that's fine. That's fine. When do we get underway? Sorry, man. We'll get underway. Everything should be loaded. He kind of looks at the sun, looks at the sundial next to him. He's like, all right, just before sundown, we'll get on the road. We should get a couple hours in before we need to make camp the first night. Can't get you out any sooner. We got other people ahead of you.
What
Go ahead.
do the bodyguards look like?
The bodyguards. I'd say everyone give me an insight check on the bodyguards. Oh my god. Jesus, 1 in 400 chance over there. I honestly think you're too caught up, trying to keep an eye on Resmir that you're not looking at the other guards that have been hired. Waka and Willa, I think you look at them. You're pretty confident that these are fighters, probably of about equivalent level as you guys. In like game mechanics terms, in the real world, like, okay, they don't look like casters, they don't look like paladins or anything, but they're likely about as skilled with a blade as some of us are.
Okay. Gotcha.
And in general, they all have heavy armor, and they each have a pole arm of varying types.
Alright, good to know. I shall inform the party.
Cool.
Well, I guess Willa will.
All right, hell yeah. Do. No, that's not the one I want. All right, we'll continue in 1 second. There we go. Get rid of this. Alright. That's the one I wanted. Alright. Without being caught, you guys get ready to leave Baldur's Gate and strike out on the caravan.
Am I on my horse or are we on foot? Or should I be
You guys can have your horses with you.
Cool.
The cart, I would say the cart, the guy would advise you not to bring, is because you're already going to be going as slow as carts anyway, because you're in a caravan with people walking.
Yep.
So you guys can bring with you or not, up to you. It looks a little odd, but do with that what you will.
Eh, we're odd. Let's take the cart.
Yeah, like, why wouldn't we take the cart?
We have a cart. We should bring the
Alright,
cart.
fair enough. Take the cart. Alright, this is going to change some stuff around. Give me a second. This is gonna be
May
interesting.
I ask just a general mechanical question?
Yes.
In terms of spells that are, or abilities that require a willing target,
Yeah.
if a target says if you convince a target to let you do one thing, can you then do another thing and have it still work? Or would you need to have been honest with them about what you plan to do?
I'd say you need to be honest about it.
Okay.
Like, if they're prepared to be, like, have enlarged person cast on them, they may not be prepared to have, like, a truth spell cast on them.
Okay.
What if he makes a deception check with that? Is that like a thing? Like, especially if they're fighters, they wouldn't know.
I would say it would depend on the
that spell.
spell, but yeah, maybe a deception check.
Okay.
All right. So, your freight caravan begins traveling north, following the trade ways up towards Waterdeep. We are going to start taking things in terms of weeks now. Because it is going to take about... Let's see. With the pace the caravan is going, it's going to take about 7 weeks to get there.
Okay.
How deep is the winding water?
Water, let's see. Not sure if that's written specifically in the book, but I will check. Sections of it are shallow enough to ford, but there are bridges as well. There's a area where the troll claws live. It's an area of trolls. There's a lot of fords in that area. And there are several bridges along the way. You could ford it at a not shallow area, but it would require an athletics check at that point.
It's at the area where we will be crossing.
You guys think
How-
you'll probably take a bridge? Most
Right, but
likely...
beneath the bridge.
Yeah.
How deep?
Alright, let's say you're probably taking the Boriskir Bridge. The water at that point is probably about 30 feet deep at its deepest point.
Yikes.
It's pretty deep for a river at this place.
Okay. I would like to, on one of the nights, float an idea by the party.
Okay.
I can teleport someone, if they're willing, 30 feet in any direction. So, when we get to the bridge, I can cast Feign Death on 2 of you, so we can try and convince Resmir there's an extremely powerful threat that's just killing people with nothing happening, to try and get her to allow me to teleport her, so I can then teleport her 30 feet to the bottom of the water beneath the bridge.
Ooh.
I feel like that's worth a shot.
Ooh. Okay.
On one hand, maybe. But Resmir's not the head of the cult. Do we think Resmir's in charge of the cult?
Well, you know she's one of the worm speakers, and there's like 5 worm speakers in the
Yeah.
cult.
So,
One for each color of chromatic dragons. So she's like the black dragon worm speaker.
yeah.
What
She's not working
what kind
well,
of armor
so-
is she wearing? Like, will she sink?
Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
pull
that's-
her stats back up. I did just minimize them. She is unarmored. Her armor
Might
is
not-
mostly coming from items you guys don't know, and then also just she's a fucking half dragon. She's got scales.
So,
So maybe that.
probably wouldn't sink, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool idea, though.
I'm like, it was a good thought.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What?
Still, I mean,
Doesn't work that
feigning death isn't, there's other ways feigning death could be good.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Okay. So, Interesting.
I mean, my original plan, or hope, was that if I could convince Rezmir to let me feign death on Rezmir, then I could just teleport her somewhere.
All right. During the first of the 7 weeks, we're week 1 right now. I would like. I'll keep a tally as we go, so we know what week it is. 1 sec. We're just finished week 1. I want everyone to give me a just straight up charisma check.
But before we did that,
Yes, go ahead.
I guess, what's our goal? Do we want to kill Rezmir first? And like, how sloppy do we want to make it? Because we could probably just assassinate.
Sorry, that was the wrong character sheet I clicked on.
I would say wait a little
For
bit.
some reason, once I have to reload, character sheet's not working.
You're good. You're good. You can reload it. Okay, so you're saying, what if we just assassinated her?
Yeah, like, what's our goal?
What is our goal?
So, I will say this about their current forces. She has enough people that potentially you guys could fight them, but it would be hard. You know, if you got caught assassinating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, there are also 4 guards under each of you, so that's 20 extra guards hired by the company and 3 bodyguards.
The bodyguards don't work for us.
They don't work for you guys. So you'd have to, like, if you got caught, it would be a question of, you know, are you convincing enough that the troops the merchant hired are gonna agree with you, or are they gonna be like, yo, we were paid to protect this person and 5 other employees killed her, we're gonna fucking fight them?
We're gonna fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just, like, pointing out, like, different pros and cons.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, we'll shoot.
What is Leos who want us to do besides just follow the caravan? Do we know?
The biggest thing they need is intelligence. Because kind of like what they were getting at when they first started that conversation with you guys in the tavern earlier, is that between the information you guys gave and what they have, they basically know, like, okay, the cult's moving towards Waterdeep, the cult's active in fucking this this area of the world. We're trying to organize people to stop them, but we really don't know enough about their goals. Or, like, where they are. Like, you guys know, I mean, even just their leaders. Like, you guys know, are with one of 5 worm speakers right now.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay.
So they're desperate mainly for intelligence. Like, yeah, it's not bad if you guys kill a bunch of the enemies of the Harpers and the Order of the Gauntlet, but it's also not necessarily cutting the head off the snake.
So, how is everyone thinking about if we get the opportunity to, like, kidnap her, we take the opportunity, but unless a good one pops up, we kind of just follow them all the way to Waterdeep and see what more information we could dig out there and try to keep tabs.
If
That seems fine.
if I were to
I like
offer Rezmir to put up a Leomund's tiny hut for her every night, would that make it more likely that she would find out, she would recognize me?
Well, you weren't able to cast that strong magic when you were captured by her, right?
No, I was not.
Okay, so
But just because I would be within the bubble within her, being that close.
I would say if you want to get that close, you probably have to make an additional deception, although you are still at advantage from just being a different season.
But I couldn't have Willa make the check for me again.
I would say no. 'Cause at this point, you guys are disguised from the enemy.
Okay.
The issue is more like if you got there, like you'd have to be pretending to not be yourself. If that makes sense. Like, this is more on your level of skill.
Okay. I am not. I will propose this to the group, but clarify that that would likely allow me to overhear things because I would be stuck in the bubble.
That's
But
true.
I am not very good at deception, so
Ooh.
she may recognize me.
Maybe we wait till a little later in the trip, so you don't do it every night for the entire trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
like, if something
Yeah, like-
happens that causes us to like have to be on edge, we could offer it up.
And what's the
Yeah.
benefit of doing that? It doesn't get us anything.
Well,
Guess
the
it's
benefit
intelligence,
is
maybe.
that every single night I will be able to hear pretty much anything that Resmir says.
Oh, I didn't think about. Feel like that might actually be worth the risk. If we
True,
could
we
eavesdrop
could.
on them every night.
Up to you if you want to do it every. Keep in mind the journey is 7 weeks, so I don't know if you like. Do you want to do it every night, or are you waiting till later in the journey?
Probably wait until later. Most likely she'll talk about it more the closer we get.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, in the
Right.
meantime, anyway, after that first week, with those checks, okay. Let me roll something here. I need Darval to give me an insight check. But just Darval.
Think of what kind of check? Sorry.
Insight check.
Okay. Insight. Good at that.
Just barely needed a 15. Darval,
Yeah.
you notice that in the caravan, I mean, not everyone, like, most people here are cultists. There's a couple other merchants here and stuff. One of the cultists, you catch him looking at you, and you realize that there's a spark of recognition there. What do you do? This is kind of happening, like, close to the, like, as you guys are stopping for the last day of week 1. Like, you guys are getting ready to camp.
I was gonna walk the other way. Then when they mentioned to the Waka, hey, I think someone might recognize me. One of the cultists. Like once we're outside.
All right, you go tell Waka that you think you've been
Yeah,
rumbled.
guys. Hmm?
Yeah, Waka. So Darval tells you that, tells you this. What's the move?
Maybe take him out while he's asleep.
Yeah. If you want me to try to take him out discreetly, I could definitely.
Very discreetly.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have a teleport spell that we can send someone down in the ground too.
I don't think I can send them into the ground.
But what if they're
It's-
dead?
It's. Well, no. It's also not a spell.
It's an ability, I assume.
It's
Oh.
an ability, and I can teleport a willing creature to an unoccupied space within 30 feet. So that's why I was thinking water, not into the ground.
No, I was hoping that you could send someone that's dead.
So, what does our surrounding look like? Like, what can I use as an excuse to kind of get him away from everybody else? I could stab him in the face discreetly.
I'd say just wait till he's asleep, stab him, then take it, then hide the body, take it in the water or something.
Do you
He'd
think
cry
it
out
would
and
wake
stab.
up? Oh, that's
Say it again.
What time of day was it when you noticed?
Good question. That day wasn't bad.
Do we still have the useless pony?
You do still have a useless pony. You also, it is near, it's like, sun's not set yet, but it's getting to like dusk. And in terms of environment around here, it is, you guys are on the road, but a lot around here is, it's not a lot of forest, it's mainly like hilly lands. Like there is trees scattered around, but lots of like hills and grasslands.
As we're just going, send the useless pony up after we get rid of him. That way it looks like he ran away on the pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Or spook the pony to be a distraction in the middle of the camp at night.
Oh, that's good. That's the chaos.
Ah.
Where are we in the sense of the convoy? We dead last, center.
Where are we in what, sorry?
In the convoy order?
Presumably, you guys are kind of scattered throughout if you guys are the sergeants. Like, there's 5 wagons, 6, I guess, including your cart. And you guys are each in charge of a group of 4. So imagine you're probably spread a bit around.
No, I more meant like the cultist wagon who spotted Darval.
Oh, where's
Is
his?
his wagon like last?
His wagon, I'm going to say, is second from last.
Second from last. So one wagon would see us food. Yeah, stab him in the face right here.
One wagon is potentially behind and could see something, yeah. Unless you want to try to, like, cover that somehow.
Are we just gonna start carrying a wagon of dead bodies with us?
How does feign death work? Can that work on a pony?
Can feign death work on the pony? I'm inclined to say yes, because I want to see where this is going.
The horse on the cart behind us, so kind of like feign death, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh no, the horse," and then they'll focus on that, and I'll try to stab them.
Yeah, it doesn't even say humanoid. It's a willing creature.
Willing creature.
I would say if you could do make like an animal handling check.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do an animal handling check for that.
And just be like, shh, it's okay. Like I'm gonna cast some magic.
You could also do my horse, who can just has to do it.
No, but it needs to be something worth distracting them over.
No, I'm saying like
Maybe Laurel can go back there, like they're gonna go check up on the wagon, and that's when they cast it on the horse, and the horse passes out right in front of the wagon, to like where the horses kind of freak out, and everybody's gonna have to focus on that.
yeah, we could try that.
Okay, so you're going up next to like the horses of the cart that the guy who spotted you is on. And making the horse pulling it feign death so that it kind of like halts everything.
That is what I'm going to do while Waka tries to kill the guy, is what I think is happening.
Okay. I'm gonna say. So
this is gonna go so great.
Okay, let's.
I like just thinking Andrew's in the background with like popcorn, just watching. Like, oh, this is great.
Okay, so step 1.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
If it can be counted as a willing creature.
Can the horse count? If you make an animal handling check, we can count the horse as a willing creature.
Right. Then I can also teleport the horse 30 feet.
Okay, alright.
But why?
Wait, okay. So I don't understand the added step. So you go up, make it pass out, and then teleport it within 30 feet?
No. I'm saying another option.
Oh,
we should decide which one makes more sense. Is to teleport the not feigned death horse into the wagon.
It's into the back.
As tempting as that is, I think it's less conspicuous if the horse just
Oh
passes out.
my god.
Magically teleport into a wagon.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it on the down low, like we aren't evil. We're not trying to fight everybody right now.
Okay.
That's fair. Feigned death is better for that one.
Ooh,
I'm like, if
boy.
things go wrong, do it. But let's
I'm gonna
wait until
go
things-
over to Alista and Willa and just go. I'm gonna cast your arrows and just cast flame arrows. This is gonna go poorly, and we better just be prepared.
Yeah, Willa's
I'm
getting
gonna
ready to
cast-
help me in case I mess up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Waka and Lyral and Willa.
Okay. That's a plus a D4.
Plus D4 to you guys.
And here's
Okay.
this.
Oh my god. Okay, so you guys gotta spend a few minutes bouncing around, buffing each other, like, making it look like you're checking the wagons. That's all pretty within the realm of possibilities. I'm not saying a check, but now it comes down
Wait.
to the...
Wait.
yeah.
Darval,
True.
Yeah.
Final edition. What's the last one?
do we know how much health the horse has? Or your horse has?
This
Horse
is a
has
horse
19.
that's
I
just
can
pulling a
take it.
cart.
Right.
My
Do
horse
we
has
have a sense
19.
of how much health it would have?
A
Blue
regular
had 19,
horse,
Riding horse had
13, I believe.
Riding
Yeah,
horse
13.
had 13.
Okay. Why don't I just cast sleep?
Ah!
So you can make the animal handling check.
That's a good idea, actually. Just knock them both. Maybe. How much can you sleep again?
So here's the thing. You roll for the health of things near it. If you roll too much, you're going to knock someone else nearby out with sleep.
Could it be the other horse? Are the two horses carrying the wagon?
I mean, it would start with the closest animal with like the lowest health, which would be the horse. But if you
And
roll
there's no-
too high, it might also make like another person nearby go unconscious.
There's no 20-foot radius I can do that would only hit the horse.
No, the caravan's too close for that because there's like guards, other fucking wagons, shit like that.
Well, I
So
think
my
that's
theory-
okay because then we could play it off as someone's attacking us,
That's true.
right?
Jesus.
By this point, it sounds like we just kill everyone.
Yeah, but at that point, we're going back to the deception, and animal handling, I think, is easier than deception. for me.
Okay, all right. So final call. Are we going with the deception route or animal handling route?
Up to me.
Okay, so all right. Step 1, animal handling check with an extra D4 from guidance. Also, I'm gonna say, I think I was just thinking about this because it's a 7-week journey. I'm gonna say everyone for each week of the journey, because like an event's gonna kind of happen each week. For each week of the journey, you guys will get an inspiration.
Oh, cool. So this is week 1.
So everyone has 1 right now.
With that being the case, then I will use that inspiration on this. Just
Give it
to
advantage. Okay, so advantage plus a D4 on the animal handling. So you go up
Okay.
next to the horse, kind of, just, like people do, just kind of calm it down, like, hey, everything's good, calming tones.
Plus the D4. That's going to be 23.
Oh, baby. Okay, so you kind of whisper to like, show it like a few sparks of magic in front of its like blinders that only it can see, and it seems down with it. You pull out a pinch of graveyard dirt out of your spell pouch, and sprinkle it in front of the creature's nose. And it is going to accept that. Sorry, so you pinch the grave dirt. Indistinguishable from death. Spell's duration until you use an action to touch the target and dismiss it.
You just
And to
revive it.
spells. Okay. So the horse kind of staggers, whinnies, and like collapses, and the 2 arms, securing it to the wagon, kind of hit the dirt as the wagon like screeches to a halt. As the commotion
I'm gonna
goes,
immediately call over a guard and say, what is going on?
so some of the guards start rushing over. In the commotion, the guy that recognized you is the one that's trying to crack the whip and get the horse to stand up, doesn't understand what's happening. Waka, or you're the one you're trying to stab him right now, right?
Yep. Trying to discreetly just right in the kidney.
Okay, give me a stealth check. He's not looking, this is versus passive. Oh, baby. 19 on the die,
Wonder if you get it.
29.
Oh, I wonder if you get your stuff.
Okay. You go up next to him. This is not just a cultist. He's a little bit more health, so you got to make sure this kills him. But you do get the crit because you're an assassin.
Yeah.
You take a like narrow bladed dirk, like a narrow knife, up under the ribs into the heart from his side, and pull the knife out as quickly as you go in, flicking the blood off. Go ahead and roll the crit damage. So this is 2. Knife is the D4, right? So 2D4.
Yeah. I have a dagger that.
Yeah, I mean it's a dirk is just a dagger. I was just being flavorful.
Yeah.
Okay,
So then,
so now hit it again, and we'll just subtract 4, basically.
Okay.
So
let's see.
16.
I want to re-roll.
Yeah,
that,
which one are you rolling?
That 2. Also, I have a ×3 crit with piercing weapons, which a dagger is. So,
Okay, I don't know if that factored in or not. So yeah, do oh yeah. So click one more time,
Yeah.
and then re-roll the 2.
Oh, nice. 2 max. And a 3.
Okay, so
plus
one more than this. So 16, plus another 12, 28, plus another thing, 36, 46, 54. Then it should be 55 because it should be one higher.
Already dead.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
So veterans, which are the highest guy this could possibly be out of her entourage, have 54 health.
yeah.
So it does work as you drop up under the ribs of this like veteran cultist. His eyes go wide, his like eyes dart to the side before his vision tunnels and goes black as he sees you like pulling out. But he's a brief moment where he realizes like, shit, that's the other one that was with the guy I just recognized. And he collapses to the ground.
I'm gonna rush over and like pretend to try to heal him. Like,
Ooh,
do some
Ain't
chest
with me.
compression.
decent
Do
chest
some chest
compressions.
compression on this guy.
All right, some of the guards are like, man down, man down. You
Right,
see
right,
some
right,
of the
right.
bodyguards, the three bodyguards each like take up stances around the palanquin that Resmir's in. The other 20 regular guards begin to kind of fan out around the width and length of the convoy. You go over to try to help. Okay. I'm gonna say, it's gonna be a deception check
Yep.
to try to
Well-
help here.
When if someone says that it's too late, I can just oh wait, no, I can't. Never mind. Sorry. Ignore me.
Do I have advantage because he's actually dead? Like he just fell over.
Advantage to deceive them that you're trying to help, but it's not working.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna guide up this. Oh, sorry, I was gonna say guide up.
Yeah, so throw a d4 on there as well. It's one of those things like you would have done it before, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Phil talking to him.
Okay, even 20, hell yeah. So you kind of are witness. You guys are witnessing kind of a scene of control, barely controlled chaos over the next like 15 minutes as guards are sent out into the hills to investigate. Cultists who, you know, they're not advertising they're cultists because there's other people in this caravan, like merchants and stuff, are trying to get a bead on the situation. Resmir is like called over some of her lieutenants to talk. But no one can find any definitive evidence of what killed this guy. Clearly it is a wound, but it's unclear what inflicted it. And after, you know, about 15-20 minutes of this, it is determined that they're still going to make camp for the night. just at a defensive posture and have people standing around, making sure there's like extra watches being taken, more guards on watch.
Might be a good idea to have Laurel offer up the hut.
Yeah, I'm gonna offer up Leoman's tiny hut to
Ooh, baby.
Resmir
Time.
and any of the any of the wealthiest merchants that are also in the caravan.
Okay.
But
You
I'm
have
gonna
to-
approach the merchants first.
Okay, I'm gonna say the merchants, no fucking problem. They're gonna absolutely accept magical protection.
And
So you get three wealthy merchants in on this.
okay, and then I would like to have the merchants with me as I go to talk to Resmir. So it looks like I'm offering it just to all the wealthiest people, not
Gotcha.
specifically.
Okay, I'm gonna say with them at your back, Resmir kind of watches you approach. So it's gonna be 2 checks, so you're getting close to her. But both are gonna be at advantage, because one is deception, because of your impressive disguises right now. And the second, I'm gonna say, is persuasion at advantage, because all the merchants have already agreed to this, and she doesn't know that you're just doing it to her.
Okay.
Okay, 17. Okay.
Don't figure you're blessed. Wait, did I bless you? I did, yeah, I blessed you.
Yeah.
So you had the 4.
Yeah, so
Oh,
add a d4 to, yeah, both of those. So, 21. Oh my goodness! Torm is protecting today.
Nice.
Darval's like taking that advice from the other paladin to heart. It's like, this isn't a very paladinly activity, but you've put the god's energy into it, and clearly it is working. So, on a 21 and a 15, Rezimir's like, I don't like this, but perhaps added protection would be best. As long as the 3 bodyguards provided by your company are in here with us.
Of course.
Right.
And
Very
that
well.
puts
Of course we did do that. Yeah, no
That's
problem.
not us. That's the actual
Yeah,
money.
totally.
No, just
Hold on.
me, the 3 bodyguards, the 3 wealthy merchants, and Resmir.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Awesome.
Okay.
We really
Ooh.
twisted our arm over here.
Oh boy. So the camp gets set up tonight. People are, you guys help as sergeants organize the men into watches. The rest of like the rank and file merchants find their places. And as the camp settles down, the, bluish dome of like this moon energy expands out around the wealthiest merchants, Resmir the Worm Speaker, and 3 kind of like stonily quiet bodyguards hired by Celebon's company. Alright. I feel like that's a good, we're about 5 minutes away. It's a good cliffhanger to end on as you spend your first night doing this added feature. Ooh, shit.
Very well. That could have gone bad so many ways.
Yeah, that was real skin of your teeth stuff. Able to take care of the potential guy who could have outed you to the cultists quick enough that he didn't, and without anyone being suspicious of the sergeants.
Yeah. That was smooth.
Ooh,
That was great.
boy.
Guys. Wow, what a session.
All right, good session. Yeah, I don't know. Next time's gonna be interesting as we go into week 2 of the journey to Waterdeep. Ooh.
And I will be listening while providing the service.
Oh, for sure. We'll come back in as your
Yeah.
we'll
For
do some
anything-
eavesdropping stuff.
Specifically, Resmir says, but any of the merchants.
Yeah, I mean they're all
More
wealthy,
for
fucking bourgeoisie
Yeah.
merchants. They're probably not all stellar citizens to begin with either.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
awesome guys. I'll catch you guys next week. That was beautiful.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.